The saga continues. Who needs Netflix? Who needs Netflix? We got all the Netflix that we need with this saga going on. You guys, I'll be back right after the introduction. Oh, this is going to be good. Trust me. Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Sherry, your multi entrepreneur, where I will teach you about real estate, about business, about credit, and about life. And oh boy, do we have some life stuff going on today. Y'all, so much has happened. Every time I go away and I come back, it's like it's a whole nother slew of information to talk about. So, oh my goodness, let me just get all of this tried. I'm going to try to get all of this condensed in hopefully less than an hour. We'll see if I'm able to get it out. Less than an hour because it's a lot since the last time I came. So, okay, let's just go ahead and get started. Oh, God, there's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Let me begin here. You know what? Let me start at the end, and then I'm going to work backwards, okay? Let's talk about Judge Scott McAfee. Now, y'all know from the beginning, I have said I really like Judge Scott McAfee. I really, really like him. But when I went back and I took his ruling, not the one, he just did one today. He just did one a few hours ago. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But when I look back at the ruling that he did with Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, it got me a little bit upset. not a whole lot, but a little bit, because I feel as though he played too much of the center. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, he knew Fani Willis. He gave to her campaign. He gave a donation to her campaign. They literally had probably worked together in the judge, DA capacity, I'm sure, in some trials. He was her mentee, okay, when he first came on board, working out of her office for a little bit. So there is a relationship there. Now, this is the thing. Just because there's a relationship there, does that give us a license not to be fair, right? And of course, the answer is no. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know. It's just, when I went back and I pulled it apart again, I did not know that he had thrown out Robin Yurt's witness testimony. I didn't know that. And I looking at other people's commentary and then trying to get my own commentary, I decided to sit down and just read it, since everything had the dust had kind of settled. That kind of disturbed me a little bit, that he threw her testimony out, because I believed her. I really believed her. And by him throwing out Robin Yurt's witness testimony, did that kind of open up the door for him to kind of play the middle? And then another thing, I went back and I looked again. He really did not say that Nathan Willis had to go. He really did not say that. Let me turn this phone down. People want to call me while I'm live. Go to my live. You can talk to me. But he didn't really state it, like he did not give an order that Nathan Willis had to be removed. He gave a choice. And when I went back and I looked at that again, I said, wait a minute. He's not really firmly saying, Nathan, you are off the case. He gave it, to me, him and Fani, a choice. Fani, either you go, or Nathan, you go, or you both go. Okay. And he did not say it firmly or give an order. He highly suggested that that's what needed to take place. Then I thought about his age. I said, okay, God dog, y'all. I told y'all he's young enough to be my child. Okay. Then I thought about the election coming up. Okay. And then I thought about, you guys, in a previous motion, it came up that if they wanted to appeal what he had stated, that he would give that appeal. He had already said that in one of the previous motions that had come up. Because remember, in the beginning, it was so many motions flying, it was ridiculous. So I'm putting all this together, and I was like, okay, he's smart. He's smart. He's smart. He said, I got an election coming up. I already told them they can appeal it. Why do I have to put my head on the chopping board when I've already told them, listen, if y'all want to appeal and go against what I said, I'm going to give you the opportunity to appeal. He had already said that. So he kind of had already set the stage for what was about to happen, right? He had already set the stage for this to kind of play out without him having to get too much blood on his hands. Hey, Roberta. Okay, Robin's testimony was credible. He did nothing about all three of them perjuring yourself. Yes, I agree. Regular people would get criminal charges against them immediately. If that had been you or I, oh my God, they probably would have put handcuffs on us, but we'd be asking for bond right now. We'd be asking for bond right now. So, all right, so now that brings me all the way up to today, you guys. So we've had the order come about, right? We had the order to happen. And give me a second. Mother, I'm live right now on YouTube. Can I call you right back? Okay. All right. she said, call me right back. All right. So all the way up to today where the order has taken place, okay? Where the order has taken place. And the order was giving them the authority to an appeal. All right. So he said, listen, have at it. I'm going to give y'all have my permission, because in order for them to appeal it, they have to have the judge's permission. Now, why is this appeal a little different? Well, you all know generally appeals happen after the case is done, right? So, of course, we know the case against former President Trump and all of the defendants hasn't even started yet. We've just been dealing with all these different motions going forward. So what is happening at this point right now is it can go straight to an appeal, right, with the judge's permission, of which he gave today in an order. Okay, so he actually gave that today in an order. And you know what? I actually have an article, but let me finish talking, because I think I can kind of talk us through where we are right now. So again, he gave permission. It's now going to the Georgia Appellate Court. Y'all, let me tell you about the Georgia Appellate Court now. All right, now this is a group of 15, okay, judges. Now, this is the thing about the Georgia Appellate Court. They don't take all appeals. Okay, they don't take, they kind of choose the appeals that they're going to take. Now, will they take this one? Of course they're going to take this one. They're going to take, but let me tell you about the 15 judges that sit on the Georgia Appellate Court. Out of the 15, one has been appointed by a Georgia Democratic governor. Governor Roy Barnes. Only one. Okay, Black woman. Okay. 4 of them were elected by the people. Okay, so 4 were elected by the people. And the rest of them, so we got 1 that was appointed by the Democratic governor, Roy Barnes. We got 4 that were elected by the people. 1, the actual Georgia Court of Appeals brought on board, and 9 of them, is that 5? Is that, yeah, that's 10. And 9 of them were appointed by Republican governors, either being Sonny Perdue, well, I ain't heard that name in a long time. Nathan Deal, I ain't heard his name in a long time. And the current Governor Brian Kemp. All of them are Republican governors. Now, the governor, Brian Kemp, and Republican, that is a Republican. And then, of course, former President Trump, that was kind of like an oxymoron there because you got the people from the same party that's kind of bumping heads a little bit. But in my opinion, I feel like all of this is kind of playing like it was a scripted book, okay? Like it was a pretty much scripted book. Tamara says, hi, Tamara. It is going to be interesting. Yes, it is going to be interesting. And I think we kind of already know where this is going to drop. Okay, I think if you don't know, I think you should know where this is going to drop. Okay, I don't, in my opinion, and y'all remember now, y'all owe me some apologies for those that did me in when I told y'all about that conflict. When they started talking about that conflict at the Georgia hearing, and I said, "Oh, they're talking about conflict. Are they setting the stage for an out for Fani?" I told y'all that. And I mean, y'all took that dagger and they did me in the comments. I left all the comments there because I wanted y'all to go back and read them. I wanted y'all to know what they said because my gut was telling me that something about this is kind of opening up the door to take us down another street that we had not envisioned. Even though we have all of this testimony of perjury and all of this stuff going on and, affairs and I mean, people not, telling the truth, and we have a mismanagement of monies. I mean, all of this stuff and messing around with somebody's husband. I mean, it was a lot going on. But then that door opened. But what is the conflict? That's what Senator Harold Jones kept saying. What is the conflict? And I came back to y'all and I said, y'all, what is the conflict though? Can y'all just give me the legalese on it? What is the conflict? I was so confused. I didn't even know what to do. And I'm going to be honest with you. And I actually started laughing at myself today because when all of this stuff was coming in, and I got to tell y'all, Ashley Merchant had she had an interview on the Megyn Kelly show. I got to tell y'all about that. I'll tell you, I told y'all it's so much going on. And then with me trying to figure out these judges on the Georgia appellate court. I mean, it's been a lot of research that I had to get through to kind of bring this live to you today. But for 1 minute today, I actually started chuckling because it's been so much information. I actually forgot why, what the case was about. For one split second, I couldn't even remember what the case was about because there's been so much happening. My mind had to come all the way back to the former President Trump and the 19 defendants and thinking about that they stole the election. I couldn't even connect the dots because there's been so much, so many motions, so many twists and turns. So anyway, child, Ashley Merchant had an interview on the Megyn Kelly show. Oh my God, Ashley went in. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Ashley has tugged on my heart too now. She has really tugged on my heart. If y'all get an opportunity, go back and look at Megyn's interview with her. She's tugged on my heart because I could just feel that it's not like she's taking sides. She just wants truth. She just really wants truth to come out. And how she was speaking it to me, and I'm summarizing this part, it appears that she feels as though like she's been played. Now, remember now, she's been knowing Fani over 20 years. I had no idea they hadn't known each other that long. She said when Fani was a prosecutor and she was working as a public defender, she said they had cases even back then that they were going, against each other. And, and she would always encourage, Ashley, that you were doing the right thing. And she said that she had lost the case one time to Fani and she appealed it and she won at the appellate level. But she was just speaking about how Fani, even in that space, would encourage her. Remember now, Ashley was on Nathan Wade's campaign trail. Do you remember that? She helped him campaign when he was running for Superior Court judge. And she mentioned how her and Terrence were friends. So this is a group of people that were friends. You have to understand a relation. This is not just an attorney in this county, an attorney that's, 10 counties down. They really don't know each other. These people knew each other. They were friends. And now all of this is going on. And one thing that Ashley said during that interview that really, I'm serious, I didn't cry, but it almost made a little tear, just trickle in my eye a little bit when she said that Terrence Bradley told her, Ashley, I'm trying to keep my law license. He told her that I'm trying to keep my law license, because what he's saying is that I'm going to have to do a complete turnaround on the things that I said to you, on the things that we exchanged during text, on the stuff that I talked to you face to face, on the things that I confirmed. I cannot get on the stand and admit that I remember anything. Remember, Terrence had a complete lapse of memory. Well, Ashley speaks about this in the Megyn Kelly interview. They also spoke about, and I didn't know this, I'm just now down hearing this, that over the last couple of days, Fani actually has had events that she's been speaking at. And it was one woman's event that she spoke at, and you could hear the women, cheering her on and, really, really rallying around her. Let me speak on that for a minute. Let me speak on that. Yeah, I'm not going to do the black-white thing. I don't do that. I'm colorblind. And I'm serious, and I'm not the one to say I have white friends, and I'm not going to say I got white friends, because I got white friends and I got black friends. I got all friends, okay? I got Middle Eastern friends. I got, if I like you, I like you. So I'm not going to play the black card, and I'm not going to do this thing just because we're black that I have to accept what you've done. I don't even do that for my daughters. When my daughters are wrong, I hold them accountable. Doesn't mean I don't love them, right? But I'm not going to side, and my daughters know that when you're wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader in supporting you through your wrong. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader, because I'm going to try to guide you to get to the other side of this. And yes, you might get some bruises along the way, and I may even try to block some of the bruises that you will probably deserve from the choices that you made. But you got to go through this when we make bad choices. That's where I am. And I hold my own self accountable too. When I do wrong, I'm woman enough to say, I'm sorry, I missed the mark on that, so on and so forth. That's why I try to put all the energy on the front part. I'm telling you, you can ask my mother. I would rather try to take my time and do things right on the front end than go and mess something up or make a bad choice or let my emotions take over and I'm doing something totally wrong and now I got to pay the price for it. So I'm not going to defend Fani, nor Nathan, nor Terrence, nor anyone that has sat in this case and they knowingly have done wrong, have said things that they knew in their heart wasn't right, or decisions, right, who's tried to play the middle. I'm not going to take sides with you on that, because you know in your heart, your soul, and your spirit that you're wrong. And if you're playing the middle on things that you know that you've done wrong, that kind of shows your character. It shows your character. And to me, it also shows me your belief in knowing that, is there really a higher power? Because you really don't believe that. So I'm not going to play games with that. And that takes me to like the church speech that Fani did. I really had a problem with that. I really had a problem with that because I feel like it was a manipulation on the people. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but in 1983, Ronald Reagan actually declared that the year of the Bible, right? And so during that year, he actually stated that the Bible was true and how it had, come down the years, helping generation after generation, and it was looked to as an actual solidified source. All right. They really did it up in 1983, considering this is the year of the Bible. So that's why it was so damaging what Fani did. Because remember now, she did the church speech saying that Jesus told her to do this. And God told her to do this. And God told her she was the one to do this. Now, this is the thing. And I know this is an area that you all might not be looking at this from. God may have told her to do this because he knew that she would have to be accountable for her sins. And this was going to have to be the route she was going to have to take, because any other route she would not have taken it. Right? So I'm going to believe her in that God told her to do that because God wanted to fix her and clean her and make her do right. Okay. Now, if I was Fani Willis, I told y'all, I don't know what live it was, what I tell you I would do. I would have written everybody an email. I sent an email. I wouldn't even have written a letter. I would have typed the email while I was on the plane to Dubai and not to see me again for years to come. No, I would recruit myself and say, you know what, I need some healing. So since I need some internal healing, there's some things that I need to do. I need to go to a place, at least I'm going to see how beautiful it is, right? A place that I'm going to enjoy looking at. Ain't no sense in my senses being messed up. So I'm going to go to a place that I know I'm going to visually and mentally be okay because I have healing that needs to take place. That's what I would do. She's not doing that. She's standing 10 toes down. She is standing 10 toes down, 10 toes down. Let's see what's going on. Roberta says, the leadership of that church bears the right of this. They allowed it, but I blame the people for not opposing what she has done. Yeah, the weight. That's right. The weight of this. You know what? I agree with you. But again, it goes with, and I don't care what color you are, because I've seen it on both sides. I've seen white people side against white people when they knew that they were wrong. And I've seen black people side with black people when they knew they were wrong. You guys, listen, we have an accountability here. This case, all of these cases, these motions, all of this stuff that's going on, it's making all of us reflect on our truth. It's making us hold ourselves accountable for who we are as a people. It's holding us accountable for our own character. When we're looking at something and saying, wait a minute, that's wrong, but you're not being held accountable for it being wrong. Y'all, this has been going on for years. I'm in a case right now where I can't even get the transcript from the case. They keep blocking me from getting the transcript because I have found out some wrong that has taken place, and they're blocking me from getting. I have taken it all the way up to the Georgia Judicial Court to try to get somebody to help me at that level to be able to get this transcript that has been confiscated. That's what it feels like. It's been confiscated from me because I can't get it, even though I paid for the takedown, because I figured some stuff out. So when I hear about the corruption, I feel the corruption. I'm in the corruption. I'm living it myself. You know, what a judge actually told me, I can do whatever I want to do. That's what a judge told me. This was even before my case began. So, you know, watching this play out, watching all of this play out and how it's playing out, I'm living that, and I have lived that, and I'll look at the pompousness of some of these officials, these judges, these attorneys, this cliquish nature. Fani is a very powerful woman, whether we want to believe it or not. She's a very, very, very powerful woman in Atlanta. Very powerful woman. Robin Yurty, she didn't even want to. You know, Robin Yurty had to be subpoenaed in order for her to testify. Even though her and Fani had some friction going on, she did not want to get on the stand. Why do you think that? Why do you think Robin Yurty didn't want to get on the stand? Because she didn't want the backlash of the Trump supporters, the Fani supporters, right? She knew one side was going to come after her, right? And so she just didn't want it. She'd rather just say, you know what, I'm staying out of this. Roberta says, I agree with you. It is not skin issue. It is a sin issue. Yes. Yes. I feel like it's a sin issue. I feel like it's sad. Y'all, can y'all give me a thumbs up? I be forgetting to ask that. Can you give me a thumbs up and share? You'd be surprised when you give me a thumbs up and you like share this with your friends and your family, what have you, or those that's in your on your page. Well, it's not a page in YouTube. Your channel. It helps me so much. And y'all go follow me on all social media. I am Dr. Sherry. But everybody, can you click it for me? Just take, just take your mouse and just, you see the little thumb up? Now don't do the thumb down now. Don't do the thumb down. I told y'all, they already did me in on with that. Go back and look at the live that says Ashley was grilled, Fani was saved. Oh my goodness, they did me in. But anyway, let me look at my notes because I want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. All right, so I think I covered everything. I did good this time. I covered all of my notes. So let me just summarize. So where we are today, this is a win for former President Trump and the, was it 19 defendants or other 18 defendants? a lot of other defendants. This is a win for them. And, you know, I've already broken down to you what the Georgia Court of Appeals looks like today with the 15 members, right? Oh, I forgot to tell you this breakdown. 10 of them are white men, 4 are white women, and 1 is a Black woman. Okay, remember I told you that was the one that was appointed by Governor Roy Barnes, who is a Democrat. Okay, so that is the makeup of the Georgia Court of Appeals. My personal opinion is that we're going to see Trump's case in the other 19, former President Trump's case. I still want to give him his respect. He was our, you know, the president of the United States of America, which is a corporation. Okay, do y'all know about that? We'll talk about that on another live. But he is, you know, the former president, 19 defendants. I do feel as though that case is going to be dismissed. I do. I think it's going to be dismissed. And then at that point, we're just going to watch we're going to watch how everything happens in the life of Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, where they kind of, you know, go with this. Now, what is my opinion? If she loses her bar license, I still think she has a position somewhere in the Democratic Party. I do. I don't think they're going to let her go. Okay. I told you she's very powerful and she's going to take that power with her. I don't really feel at this point, as much as we all have seen as citizens, the wrong in these cases, these motions, these people are protected. And that's what protection looks like, whether we want to believe it or not. And it's going to take the people at our level, right, to really come together. And we have a very hard time doing that. We have a very hard time coming together. We have to wait on people to direct us on what we should do and what we should not do, because it's hard for some of us to think on our own. Hey, Todd. Hello, my dear Sherry. Oh, I'm his dear Sherry. I was in the kitchen cooking my habits. All right, and white beans with crackling cornbread, but I'm here with you now. All right. Oh, that sounds so good. All right, you guys. So listen, that is all I have for you today. I told y'all, sometimes I got to stay away for a couple of days because it is too much stuff that drops. And I'm trying to just catch it all. Because I'm like, when I do my live, I'm just about to take it to another level. And I got to go back because I understand that former President Trump's attorney Sadao, I understand that he had some choice words in a comment that he made in regards to the appeal, okay, that was approved, okay, by Judge Mcafee. So I want to go back and hear what he had to say. I couldn't find it before I came on to this live, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to show you in my next live. You guys, I got some good content that's going to drop. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, please, please subscribe, because today is a very, very special day. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about how this day and this season that we're in, how if you position yourself right, it will change the entire trajectory of your life. All right. So I'm going to do some content on that. So we're going to kind of switch gears a little bit to show how can I improve on my life, since I am looking at all of these fools out here lying and sleeping with other people and perjuring themselves and all kind of get out because clearly they're on the wrong path. Because don't forget now, there is something called karma. Oh, it comes back. Todd said, sorry I was late, but we'll review today's podcast. Thank you, Todd. All right, you guys, I love you so much. And oh, before you leave, wait a minute. Don't leave yet. Hold on, let me find it. Give me a second. For those that don't know, there it is. I am a real estate instructor. Did y'all know that? And I'm a darn good one. And I give you instruction for the entire nation. Okay, I do the national portion of the test. We tutor every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So just go to my website, tsreschool.com, and let me teach you. Listen, get your real estate license so you can learn how to buy investments, properties yourself. Okay. All right, you guys. I love you. Until next time. Bye.